Well, hey there. I thought today we would make some gifts for a friend of ours that is moving out west. I think that homemade gifts are sometimes, in my opinion, the best gifts to give to people. When I'm thinking about these friends, all of our encounters for the past year and a half have been around food, either having each other in each other's homes and preparing home cooked meals or going out and trying new restaurants in town, exploring different flavors of food. And so I thought, well, what a great gift, I think, to give them as they're moving out west with some of my products that I have made in my kitchen. And so I thought it'd be fun to put these together and maybe give you an idea that, we don't have to spend a lot of money on giving gifts to people. It's really the thought that counts, and knowing that I have made these myself, I think would be a great way for them to remember us and our time together. So let's put those together. I thought that I would give them some of my rosemary salt, that I would give them a half pint of my cranberry sauce, and also a half pint of my strawberry jam that I've recently made. So I'm using a container that I've had and made sure that was really washed well. This is a container that I used to get my Tiavana loose leaf teas from before they were bought out by Starbucks. And so I really have washed this and dried it very well. And we're gonna put some of this in here. They love to grill out. They love to try different spices. So I thought this would be a great thing that they can take with them. Let me get a spoon and we'll put some in here. So here I am putting in some of the rosemary salt into the container and making sure it has a tight fit. I'm also putting the rings on my cranberry sauce to make sure that it will make a nice seal and a pleasant gift, as well as the strawberry jam. I'm making sure I've reattached the ring to it as well. Now what I have found is I just found a couple of pieces of tissue paper that I had, and I'm going to use these to make sure that the jars are presented in a more pleasant and appealing gift-like way. So I'll pull the corners up opposite ends, and then I'm going to be using some ribbon that I already had. What I was going to try to do is to tie a bow, but my bows never seem to turn out quite well, so I'm going to do a square knot on each of the containers here. So you can find things that you already have in your home and use those to make a nice presentation as you're giving a homemade gift. Making sure it's fluffed up nicely, and then tying eventually the square knot. This was a nice festive spring summer-like bow, and it made it very pleasant to look at when you give the gift. Do the same thing with the strawberry jam, making sure I pull the four corners up, and then I will cinch it with another piece of ribbon. And you can make this ribbon as long or as short as you would like. I made it a little bit longer so that the tails kind of flow down the wrapped jar. Another square knot, and you have an easy gift wrap jar of your homemade goodies. Now I'm labeling the rosemary salt because sometimes people don't know what certain seasonings are. So I'm using the dissolvable labels that I purchased from Walmart. I will link that description, or that link rather, in the description box below. The great thing about these dissolvable labels is that they will wash off after you have used the entire contents of your container. And I'm writing it with a pen here. And I'm putting the date so they'll know kind of the shelf life of the rosemary salt. I will link that card above of how I actually made the rosemary salt from my garden. Now I'm going to place each of the wrapped jars on the right and left side of the bag, making sure the rosemary salt is still secure, and I'll place that in the center of the bag. And again, this is a bag that I already had, and there you have a nice presentation of homemade gifts. Here's my homemade card that I made from a quilting square and sewed it onto the note card, where I was able to tell them exactly what each of the items were and how it came from my garden. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If so, please click that notification bell and that thumbs up so that you are notified of other projects. See you in the next video.